Hello, should I avoid stocks with low volume? Well, when you start swing trading and you are trading large cap stocks, it should not even be an issue. When I'm swing trading, I don't even pay attention to the volume. Originally in 2024, I when I was trying to look for a good swing trading strategy, I came across the volume issue. And at the beginning, I took that into consideration, but after a while, it's something that I completely ignore to the point that I like to take that session off of my chart. In fact, I have two types. I took one off, but this one I couldn't remove it. So I don't know if automatically it comes with the chart, but I think I must have checked something to have it displayed. So I don't pay attention to the volume. By default, trading large cap stocks, automatically those stocks, in my opinion, should have good volume, that it should not even be an issue. Second, when you are swing trading, you are new to it, and I'm recommending you buy one share per trade of any stocks you like to purchase that you have not purchased before using the strategy you tend to use to swing trade. It's good to just buy one share of that stocks, and once you sold it and you have good experience with that stocks and the strategy you use to trade it, the next time you are going to buy it again, to multiply the profit you gain from that experience, you just buy more shares of that stock, assuming you are building a list, your own list of stocks that you like to swing trade using that particular swing trading strategy. That way you can, as you are saving money to add to your account, you'll be able to stretch your money and buy multiple different stocks from your watch list to test them against the strategy you are using or you chose to use to trade them, to see if they are comparable, and eliminate stocks that are not behaving in a way that you can trade with the strategy you have. So with assuming, at the beginning you are going to pick one strategy and you are going to find stocks that you can trade using that strategy so that you can pair them together. So using trading large cap stocks, by default I will assume they will have high volume, that you won't even have to worry about volume. And buying one share of stocks, when you want to sell it, you should be able to sell it without a problem. If you are trading mid cap, small cap, volume should not be an issue either. So I just limit my swing trading strategy to stocks that can be sold on New York Stock Exchange and on NASDAQ, and it could be small cap stocks, mid cap stocks, and large cap stocks. And I will assume those stocks should not have an issue with volume. And based on the number of shares you will be purchasing, once you purchase it, to sell a little, it shouldn't be a problem either. So if you are working within those parameters, you could safely ignore the volume and just continue swing trading. So I have my list here and I didn't pick them. Taking volume was not even a part of my filters that I used to select those stocks to this watch list. Today is January 23, 2026, and we are going to analyze GIS. And we are going to use maximum daily chart. This is Thinkorswim platform, which is free if you are, you have ChartSwap account. Is GIS good to purchase today? My answer is yes. And why is that? Well, based on our long option and swing trading strategy, we like to buy at this valley line and sell it after all time a highest price. And right now it is close to this valley line. It touched it and seems to be going lower. So for that reason, yes, it is, you can buy, in my opinion. And again, with the strategy we are using in this year, I'm not looking to find the best area to buy. I determine the support line I'm willing to buy at. So that support line corresponds to a price that I'm comfortable paying. So we have the price on the y-axis and the date on the s-axis, from the past to the present, and the price is from $0 up. So I'm not trying to buy at the best price necessarily, but I want to buy at this valley line or around it. And once it touch base with it, I'm willing to buy it there, knowing that I could be negative for 3 months after that purchase. Again, it was just an estimate while the stocks is wandering around that valley line before it start going up. It could go lower, it could go higher, and then go lower, and things like that, moving around. When it comes to GIS, is still going down. So when you see the stocks, continue going down like that, and you want to buy it, you can try to see if there is another line below it that there is a chance it might go to. In this instance, we have this second support line here that equal, we want to maximum monthly chart to see even more that it might go to. If you are willing, they are not too far from each other. If you are willing to see if it's going to go there before you buy it, that is a possibility. Alternatively, it could start going up from there. So you'll be paying a higher price for it if you wait that long. Alternatively, if it goes lower to here, you'll be paying a lower price here than what you'll be paying around now. So you have those choices. So therefore, the choice is yours. What I like to do though, when I'm making those choices now, is if this line is far below, is far lower, I could decide that, well, if I purchase it here and it goes down there, I can buy some more again. I'm okay with it being negative in it for that time frame, all the way to when it start going up and surpass what I first purchased it, before I can start seeing positive profits, assessing profits related to that first purchase. I'm okay with it. And that is because I'm buying and I know I'm not selling it the next day, but I will be selling it months or sometimes years from when I purchase it. Therefore, precise entry is not a target of mine with the strategy that I'm using. So therefore, I don't mind buying it once it touch base with my support line. Any price corresponding to this line, I'm okay paying it. When it falls back, the price, the chart touch base with that support line. So therefore, that is the analogy behind it. So, and then another things you can look at as well is, before you buy, is to look the last time it touched base with that line, to see if you wandered around that area for a while before it left. And that way you don't need to rush in to buy, knowing that it might wander around that area a little bit more before. In this instance though, we didn't see that. We only see that wandering around here for 2 months, since we've long maximum monthly chart. Every single bar here is a month. We have those two that are low, but here we are seeing, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or so here. So there is a chance it might go lower. The arrow we are seeing there determines that I made a purchase already. So, and when we are looking at this though, this is 2019, and all-time new highs was in 2023. So that is the number of years that it went up before it pulled back, and it took about 2 years and a half to pull back. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4.5 years to go up. So buying a here, we anticipate to keep it for about 4 years in our portfolio, letting it grow there. So we have an arrow there that shows that we purchase it, and if touch base with that support line before we cut it, and went up and pulled back down, and we just bought it, and we became positive in it. Any candlestick, those are daily candlesticks, any candlestick above my horizontal line that the mouse is creating here, we are positive in it. And any candlestick bar below this horizontal line, we are negative in it. So for this time frame, we are negative in it, and we are negative in it from November to now. So end of November, so pretty much December, like 2 months for the, we are a little bit positive here, but we can just say that for most part for the for 2 months or so, excluding this area, we are negative in it. So we are going to continue observing it. We could be negative in it for more than 3 months, depending on how long it takes before it comes back down up. But we are fine with it. Right now, where it is around 44, and we bought it around 46. It's like $2 different. So for that reason, we won't buy more of it just because it's $2 less. Does that make sense? So therefore, we are just going to wait on it unless we bought a few number of shares and we have some change. We like to buy some more. Otherwise, we are okay with it. So, but if like we purchase 1 share and we have some change in the account that, we don't mind buying some more, we can buy some more. I don't know how many shares I purchased back then, but other than that, is $2 different is not a problem. We can hold on to it, but again, it is around this valley line. Therefore, it is in the buy zone. When you decide to buy, is entirely up to you. But the price currently is close to the valley than it is to the peak of the mountain. So therefore, based on up-to-land swing trading strategy, which consists of buying at the valley and selling it at the highest peak when it was done claiming the peak. In this case, we could take about 4 years and a half. Yes, it is a buying now time. So thank you so much for watching our videos, and you'll notice that I'm making those chart analysis and buying decision. We didn't even talk about volume at all. So that is my swing trading strategy. It's not the only swing trading strategy out there, but the strategy that I'm using, I do not even consider volume, and I make money with it just fine. Thank you so much. But just keep in mind that there are so many good swing trading strategies out there. You just have to find the one that you like, that work well with your risk tolerance, your personality type, and you can then fine tune it, customize it to your liking. Once you pick that strategy and make a journey to enjoy as you test stocks that works well with that strategy, and compile a list of them to reference, to analyze, and to swing trade from. Thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. We thank you for your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiabi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and in sub.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your accounts from there. The way we analyze GIS is the way we do our chart analysis using long up-to-long swing trading strategy. If you like that strategy, you like to practice analyzing stocks and receive feedback, will you please check either the description of this video or our online store liberdownload.com for our small group online workshop and reserve a spot. For more videos in this series, how to start swing trading step by step using long up to long, will you please check that playlist in the description of this video, and we do have other swing trading related videos playlist as well in the description of this video. Thank you for your time and happy swing trading.